What the heck is going on, guys? It's your guy, Coke or Hector, and we're back at it like a crack addict. And today we have another podcast interview, and we're here with the very talented, the very down-to-earth, and the very cool-looking FendiXantana.
What's up, bro?
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Glad to be here for sure.
That's so embarrassing we weren't recording, but now we're recording.
Now
we're just gonna hop right into it. That's so funny. I did the intro and it didn't even record, but now we're going.
Now we're here.
But yes, like I said, we're here with FendiXantana, so we
Thanks for
can pick
having
that
me.
up again.
Thanks for having me, bro.
And I actually met FendiXantana through a show that he hosted in Aurora, and let's talk about a little bit about that. Like, how did you get the idea of putting together that show? What was the process like?
Well, pretty much, I was working at that venue, and I have been working there. My boss is always like, yo, let's do something with music, because he knows I make music. And I've been doing shows at the Forge for a few years now. And
Okay.
Open mics, I've seen how the process goes, and pretty much when I got the opportunity, I did the same thing that I saw the Forge and the other places do. I followed their layout, I guess, and applied it to that location.
Okay, nice. So you just kind of saw what was going on. You said, I could do this. Let me try.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was really fun. I met a lot of cool people there. I met you there for the first time. Because originally, I think we were only like Instagram followers, like mutuals.
Yeah, definitely.
And we didn't know each other prior, but I remember you sent me like a flyer or some shit, like, who wants to perform at a free show?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's such a good opportunity. It's close by. And yeah, it was really fun. You did a good job for both times.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you think you would continue doing that, or was it like one and done?
No, it wasn't one and done. I would do it at some point. I don't have like a date of when I'm gonna start picking them back up.
Okay.
I just feel like it took a lot of energy from like actually making music and dropping it.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
I won't dig too much into myself because we're doing the podcast. You're the guest. But I actually have done 2 shows.
Nice.
And I know like the whole grueling process of like you gotta find people and you gotta like be cool with the venue, and there's just like that feeling when you're leading up to it. It's like, oh man, I kind of want it to be over already.
Yeah, definitely. And it was definitely kind of scary because I just reached out to like as many rappers that I knew and hoped that they would all show up. And I mean, a percentage didn't, but then random ones showed up too. So
Along the way.
yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, and that's always kind of a little nerve-wracking too. Like, you're sending out invites to people or to performers, and a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, I'll come, but like a lot of people don't really come.
Yeah.
So you gotta really just trust the process and have faith that people will come, and it will be a good experience.
Exactly.
Even if not a lot of people come, even if it's just like 3 dudes, like you got a little bit of a crowd, whatever, make it rock.
Yep. And I've been there before too. Like a few months before those shows, I tried throwing a show in Hamel Woods in this area, and only like 3 people showed up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was trial and error with it, and I just adjusted the marketing a little bit. And
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Exactly.
It starts like as a little snowball. Keep doing it, keep pushing it, and then next thing you know, you got a whole avalanche of success and abundance.
Exactly. That's what I try to live by too.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's how we met. I want to talk more about your music. So, okay. So yeah, we're gonna talk about your music.
Yeah.
Talk to me how you started your music journey. Like, what inspired you to start writing and all that type of stuff?
Well, in general, my whole life I've always wanted to like be a rapper because I like rap music, and I would hear my favorite rappers and be like, damn, one day I want to make a song with them, and like they're cool. One day I want to be like them. And I started making music, like recording music, when I was 15.
Okay.
So with 2 of my homies, I had a song that I wrote, and I was like, yo, let me show you guys this song that I made. And they were kind of like laughing at me. They're like, no, like what are you talking about? Because I never had even brought to their attention, like, yo, I want to do this. It was kind of something I kept to myself. And then I rapped the song to them, and after they were kind of like in awe, or like they were in shock. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck? You got to record that."
Yeah, okay.
So, one of my other homies, well, no, before that, I took my brother's phone and I took my phone and I like recorded a video on mine and the beat on his, and took the audio from the video and posted it on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And it got like 30,000 views overnight.
Oh shit,
And
yeah.
then I was like 15 at the time, so I'm like, I'm gonna be fucking famous. Like, this is crazy. And then as this was all happening, I went to my other homie's house and was telling him pretty much everything I just told you, and his older brother overheard and was like, "Oh, I've got a mic. If you want, you can have it."
Okay.
And it was like an old like Blue Snowball or Blue Yeti, whatever the fuck it was called. He gave it to me, and then I re-recorded the song and posted it again, and same thing overnight, 30,000 views.
Oh wow, it was a
And
consistent thing at this point.
yeah, so I was like, oh shit, like I'm really like I gotta keep going. And then after that, I posted more songs, and they got a lot of views also. And that's how I got into it. So
Yeah. Okay, so you started just kind of messing around with it for fun. You dropped something because your friends encouraged you to, and then you're like, oh wow, this is actually doing really good. People are listening to it.
Yeah.
That's what motivated you to kind of keep going. Okay, that's awesome. I feel like I have a similar experience with mine. Like, I started off just freestyling people over Xbox Live, you know, and they'd be like, oh, that's really good, bro. You should write some stuff down. So yeah, that's cool. We both come from like the surroundings motivating us, pushing us in that direction.
And imagine if they didn't.
Yeah. I always think like, imagine if they like, that shit sucks. Like, don't ever do that again. Like my little teenage ego would have been like, oh man.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it looks like at the time we had some good friends around us, you know, that kept it real and kept it, you know, trying to uplift us.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. What 3 words do you feel like would describe your music?
Energy, ambition, and motivating.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I try to rap about things like talk about being the greatest and stuff, and some people might see that as like, oh, it's egotistical, but I want my listeners to feel that way too, like feel like they're the best and feel like they can conquer anything and take anything down. So I try to rap that and hope that the audience takes that in, I guess.
Like, oh, he's so confident. I want to be confident like him in my own endeavors.
Yeah, and that because that's kind of what I did when listening to music also. So.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you come at it from like a positive angle.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you want to lift people up. Yep. Okay. Similar to like how you got put on. You know, people who were around you, they lifted you up. So now you kind of want to give back in your own way with your music.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what's up. Okay. Yeah, some of yours. I'm gonna open my Spotify because I do have a good variety of songs of yours on my playlist. I'll show the camera too. Let's see. So let me go to your account. Okay, I have 6 songs. So look at that, chat. Hey, follow him. But yeah, Contraband, that one's really good.
Thank you.
Extra Dimensional, Frozone, I'm Too Up, Punch Out, Titan. The way your style kind of reminds me of is like I'm stepping into like a video game, or I'm stepping into like some sort of animated universe.
Yeah.
And you're coming at it from like, oh, one song I'm rapping like I'm the bad guy, and another song I'm rapping like I'm a hustler trying to get my way up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
Where do you think that comes from?
Just trying to make a story with all my songs and then my career in general.
Okay.
Like I kind of want each song to be like a different chapter in like a comic book or something like that.
Okay.
And I've even thought about doing that before.
A comic book?
Yeah, and like having each song like a different page, or each cover art like a different page of the comic book.
Oh snap! Okay, you could probably do that with like an album, like the concept, you know. That's a good idea for you. So let's see, we're on the topic of your music. Do you have any music inspirations, like people you listen to them and you're like, wow, his sound inspired me, her sound inspired me?
Sound that inspired me is definitely
Okay.
Tentacion,
Yes.
and Ski Mask Slump God.
Whoa, okay.
Two artists that inspired my sound, I would say. But two artists that I looked up to before that, in terms of like being an artist, were like Tech Nine
Okay.
and Hobson.
Yup.
So two independent rappers that were pretty successful, and
Mhm.
I look up to them in terms of that.
Yeah, Tech Nine, he has that like super fast-paced rap flow, and then Hobson, he's just so unorthodox and so like random and scattered, but like fresh at the same time. That's pretty cool. And like I fuck with how you were talking about X and Ski, because I really love X and Ski.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like their wave, that whole 2017 wave, kind of made me realize within myself, like, oh, if they could do it, I could do it in my own way too.
Yeah, same.
So I feel like they really pushed a whole generation.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just hope that we could do the same in our own way, because we're the new generation, you know?
Yep.
Yes. Have you ever been to a X or Ski show?
Ski, yes, but X, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
I wanted to before he passed away, but Ski, I actually saw him in Georgia perform live.
Okay.
Because I missed one of his Chicago shows. He played with the Suicide Boys.
Okay.
I missed that one, but he went to Atlanta, so I flew down there and saw him.
You flew down there, that's commitment.
Yeah, because I also that's where I grew up in the South, so I have like family and friends down there, so I went with them pretty much.
Okay. Nice little family bonding experience.
Yeah, it was
You
cool.
know, in the mosh pit all together.
Yeah, it was cool. It's wild for sure.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the shows that are kind of local around here, at least the ones I've been to, a lot of the crowd isn't really into moshing like that.
Really?
Like you have to go into the inner city and find like those punk shows where people are like moshing and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
How was your experience with like when you perform in the crowd?
It depends. I mean, when I first started, it was pretty sad, honestly, my experience, like performing in front of like not many people. But I've performed in front of a larger crowd also, so it varies. But from performing, I've made a lot of connections and networked a lot too. So
Yeah, I feel like as an artist or a musician, if you're watching this, even just a business person in general, like networking is so key.
it is definitely.
And, you know, you meet someone and you're like, hey, you're cool, and next thing you know, like they're posting something on their Instagram and they're like, oh, free show, you know, who wants to do this, who wants to do that, you know, like you got a podcast out of it. I got to perform like where you work, so it was really dope, like a mutual support, uplifting thing.
Yeah. And that's what the music community is all about, I feel like, just providing opportunities for each other to put each other on, so we could all grow.
Exactly. Okay. So let's transition. Still on music, but I specifically want to talk about music videos and just like videos in general. So like, how important do you think visuals are alongside music? Like, do you think that's,
It depends on the artist. For me, I think they're pretty important. For most people, I think they're pretty important, unless you're like a niche artist that like doesn't show your face and like doesn't show yourself. Maybe videos wouldn't be too important, but if you're a normal artist and you're trying to promote yourself, I think it's definitely good to have visuals, music videos or TikToks and
something?
Someone seeing you and connecting like you to your music.
Yeah, and I feel like that's such a new thing in our age, because, you know, back in the 80s, back in the 90s, like they didn't have YouTube like that. So a lot of them, they would have to rely on that face-to-face, like being out in the street, hey, come to my show, whatever. But now we just have so much more convenience and flexibility, you know, like I could just post on my story, got a show on so-and-so date, come through, you know. Yeah, different times.
It's definitely tough. I mean, marketing, or like, I try to incorporate marketing, like the same, hey, come to my show, like guerrilla marketing's what I would call it. I try to incorporate like guerrilla or online to build a fan base, I would say.
Yeah, No, definitely. And even like the visuals and the images that you choose to associate with, like within your music, like that represents your brand as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's super important to be like aware of that as an artist of any kind.
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah. I saw your music video, Contraband, when it first came out.
I
And
appreciate
every
that.
now and then I'll go back and I'll watch it
Thank you,
as a
bro.
repeat.
Thank you.
And I even showed her. I was like, yeah, this is the dude. You know, we're gonna interview him. This is what his music is like. Where was that location at?
That was in Gary, Indiana, actually,
Okay.
which was like a lot of like abandoned stuff in that town. But it was a cool spot.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest spot I've ever seen.
It was like an abandoned chapel, abandoned church.
Yeah.
We could probably throw it in the link so you guys could watch it. But it reminded me of like, I don't know if you ever played Fallout, but like, you know,
Yeah.
you go and there's a bunch of abandoned just ruins everywhere and shit. I was like, this man found a Fallout landmark.
For real. And apparently it was like one of the biggest churches in the United States at some point. So it's huge when you see it in person.
Yeah.
Like I only took a video and like a fraction of it. There's
Oh,
like,
okay.
so much more. It was crazy.
Yeah, because I know with music videos, depending on the song, you only got like 3-4 minutes and you got
Yeah.
like 30 minutes worth of footage.
Yeah.
So you gotta like choose the best moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of music videos do you like to watch in your free time?
Now, like recently, I haven't been watching too many.
Okay.
Just because I feel like the artist that I like Ski Mask, he doesn't really drop too many music
Okay.
videos. But the most recent one I probably saw was Lil Tyler and Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
They have a fire song with a pretty cool video. But I like videos that tell a story sometimes, or just videos that are flashy. It depends on my mood.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. She's been putting me onto like a lot of K-pop and J-pop, so
Okay,
a lot of
nice.
their music videos, it has like a lot of crazy choreography and dancing, and they're all like in sync, and there's just like so much wild stuff going on in different sets compared to like more of a Western like street hip-hop music video. You know, they're like toting guns and cars and all that
Yeah.
type of stuff. Just music video culture in general is just so fun.
It is definitely.
Heck yeah. Would you ever, like, I'm just trying to put myself in your mind, like when you do music videos, do you have like a storyboard, or do you just like pitch an idea to someone and they do it for you, or like how's that work?
I pretty much just send the song to like whoever the videographer is, and they'll say like, "Oh, do you have a location in mind?" And usually I'll go on Peerspace.
Okay.
And that's where if I want to rent a location, I'll rent it from there.
Peerspace?
Peerspace.
That's like a website?
Yep, it's a website
Oh.
and an app.
Oh.
Yep. So Peerspace.
Sponsored by now.
No sponsorships. I do like that platform.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I don't have a place to rent, if I want to save money on the video, which I try to do, I'll just ask the videographer like, "Hey, do you know a location, or do you like know any spots?"
Okay. Like a collaborative effort. That's cool. Okay.
But really, no stories or storyboard yet.
Okay. Yeah, implying
I would
that's
like
something
to.
you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I could, like, just talking to you and being around you as long as I have, I kind of get the vibe that you would be like a director of some sort.
Yeah.
Whether it's like movies, film, video games, whatever.
Yeah, one day. I mean, I do have like a dream to like direct a movie or something. It's not like a crazy dream of mine, but I would like to do it for sure.
And I feel like the music industry, like once you get stable and kind of like are making good money in that realm, it's a natural transition into that type of space.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. Do you watch YouTube?
I don't watch too much YouTube.
Uh-huh.
If I do, it'll be like voice critical sometimes. I like
Okay, that's Penguins?
Yep.
Yo,
I
okay.
don't watch him too much,
Uh-huh.
but I'll throw on his videos sometimes, especially
Okay.
if it's about something that I care about, like or a movie I just watched or a series. something
Yeah,
like
his
that.
like little review on it.
Yeah,
I like watching that stuff too.
yeah, and that's if I watch anything on YouTube, it is stuff like that. Like if I watch a series or movie, it'll be like a explanation about what happened or how that ended.
Yeah, okay.
Easter eggs, stuff like that.
Me too. I'll
Yeah.
like watch a movie
and then I'll be like, damn, I need to watch like an ending explained so I
Yeah.
could get it from a different perspective.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Screen Crush. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, or like Heavy Spoilers.
No.
They're like two that I watch. They're pretty fire.
Okay. That's cool. So you do watch YouTube. I know you have content on YouTube. That's where you have your music videos.
Yep.
Would you ever consider doing different types of content on your YouTube outside of music videos?
I tried not to. I mean, I have considered it before, but I want to keep my brand like on YouTube simple, at least, like just music and music videos, and I do have like live performance stuff like that. But that's just me. I have thought about maybe in the future like making another channel. If I want to cook, I can make a cooking channel.
Yeah.
Whatever the topic is, I can just make a separate channel, but keep my music one separate.
Keep it all organized.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be like the Fendi music channel, the Fendi family channel,
Yes.
the Fendi gaming channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. You mentioned performing, so we'll segue into that.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about performing?
I would say the adrenaline.
Yo,
Like, yeah.
I was telling my mom it's like a drug.
It is for sure, because it feels like a dream. Like up until I perform, I guess I'm nervous.
Of course.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're a
so-
human.
Exactly. And that nervousness doesn't go away until I actually like pick up the mic, see who's in front of me, and it clicks like, oh, I just gotta do it.
Yup.
So that's the part I love most, honestly.
Yeah, just seeing the reaction of the people in the crowd, and
Yep.
ideally it's positive.
Even
Once
if it's not, just
you
fucking
feed off
doing
of it
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
I remember I was doing a show, and it was like a big crowd, and some of the people were booing me. They were
Oh,
like,
shit.
"Get the heck off the stage!" But like using the F word, you know.
That's lame.
But I just looked at it and I was like, "Oh, it seems like there's a lot of haters in the crowd today," but still kept doing my thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I even like fed off of it. I was like, "If you're gonna boo me, then boo me louder." And, you know,
That's
just
funny,
yeah.
yeah.
Cause like, I kind of relate it to WWE and how they perform.
Yeah.
And like they say like, oh, you know, they have bad guys, they have good guys. Whatever type of reaction, whether it's cheering or whether you're getting heat, so they call it hate.
Yep.
Like you're still getting a reaction and they're still caring in a way.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
And you're still conditioning their brains to hear you, and maybe one day they'll see you and like, oh, I saw him perform live.
Yeah, like, oh, let me actually look into him. He's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was hating on him for no reason.
Exactly.
Yup.
Exactly.
That's how it is a lot of the time.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I want to keep talking about performing. So
Yeah.
we talked about your favorite thing about performing. What's your least favorite thing?
Least favorite would still probably be the nervousness. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't like that part. I've always hoped one day I would overcome it, but at the same time, I imagine I never will. I imagine I would still have it performing in front of a crowd of 100,000 people.
Yeah. It's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Just gotta learn to manage it.
Exactly.
Okay. So I had a question. Let me see if I can find it. So in regards to your performing, I got it back. So in regards to your performing, do you have any like accolades or achievements that you don't really talk about much, but you're proud of that you do want to talk about?
I guess I have been performing since 2018. And I did like a hip hop contest where I won a Gucci Mane verse.
Okay.
And
Heck
that's
yeah.
how I got the Gucci Mane verse to give out to the winner of the shows I was doing.
Oh wow. So
Yep.
instead of you using it, you're like, I'm gonna do a show and give it to someone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it didn't really fit my style, but I still had won it. And That's pretty much like the first achievement that comes to mind.
Wow. Respect, man. I think that says a lot about your character. Because I think a lot of people, if they were in your position, first of all, they probably would have used it.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't like it, they would have been like not feeling it, but I'm going to use it anyway, even though
Yeah.
I'm not passionate about it. But the fact that you're like, nah, let me give it to someone who like would sound better on it, who deserves it.
Yep.
Even like, yeah, I won it, that's cool, but, you know, a real leader gives sometimes
Yeah.
as well and doesn't always just take.
Yep. It's enough to say that I won it, or at least know that I won it at one point. So that's enough for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. When you see yourself in your mind, how far and how? Yeah, let me go back. How far are you willing to like do performing? Like where do
For
you
how
see
long?
yeah, like where do you see yourself? How far do you see yourself going performing wise
I mean,
in your mind?
forever, honestly,
Mhm.
until I am crippled and can't do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, until I'm crippled and there's like one last farewell show
Uh-huh.
or tour that I do. But I see myself performing for as long as I do music.
Mhm.
And that's indefinitely.
Yep. Yeah, sounds like you're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
And passion takes you far.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people, they do it for the wrong reasons, and when they don't have that passion and they have like this other kind of reason that's not really fulfilling,
Yeah.
they give up easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We talked about your performing. I know at some point you had like a video game out, like a phone
Yes.
game.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
So I still have that out. It's on my website. If you just go to my website and click games, it's like a little Mario kind of mini game.
Okay.
I did use AI to like make the code, ChatGPT. but
Okay.
I pretty much just told ChatGPT what I wanted and tested the code out until it worked how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was to just do some like out of the box marketing. And initially, if you had beat the mini game, it would play an unreleased song.
Ooh.
So I wanted to do that for the people that listen to my music. A lot of them asked me like, "Oh, can you send me some unreleased stuff?" And at the time, I was like, "Oh, well, we have to go beat the mini game in order to hear it."
That's funny. Yeah.
I just wanted to just do different things that other people aren't doing.
Yeah, that's how you stand out.
Exactly.
And that's awesome too. Do you play video games at all, or that was like the only
do.
video game thing?
No, yeah. I mean, I've played video games my whole life. Pokemon.
Yes.
I have Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1 when I was younger, stuff like that. But I don't play too much now. Really, I play like Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
That's really it. Like, I'll hop on Fortnite sometimes 'cause
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
it downloaded.
Okay.
But I'm waiting for GTA 6.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
saying, dude. So I've been playing GTA 5, and I had
Yeah.
a goal where I'm like, I'm gonna own all the businesses, I'm gonna do all the heists, all
Yeah.
like the main kind of side quests before GTA 6 came out,
Yes.
and I finished it.
Oh, you did it already?
Yo,
Nice.
I finished it. So now I'm just like, I have the whole city. I'm like, what do I do now? You
Yeah.
know, it's like just make my own adventure. I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go on a roller coaster. You know.
Sometimes it's fun just to hop in the car and go as fast as you can on the highway.
Yo,
in
yo.
the game.
Yes. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've bumped Contraband while I was playing GTA before, and
That's
it fits
fire.
so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully they add it to GTA 6.
Yo, I'll be like driving down the highway, like on my way to disrupt a drug deal, and then Contraband will just be on. I'll be like, dude, this fits.
They need to add Let's Go Skate to GTA 6.
Yo,
That's what I've
or the
been
next
bumping.
skate game, because
Yeah.
they're talking about doing Skate 4, where you can
Yep.
do like parkour and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of your songs that I've been bumping and have in my playlist. So.
Oh, Let's Go Skate.
Yep, I fuck with
Yes.
that
You skate, I would assume.
I don't anymore, but I used to like when I was growing up.
Mhm.
Not very good.
Yeah.
All I could do is probably like an ollie and like
Yup.
a 360 shove it, but
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
Yeah, that's all you could do.
Yep.
I feel like skating is one of those things where, like, no matter your skill level, people just accept you either way.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, there's some skate parks you go to, and if you're new there, they're
Yeah.
like, fuck off, why are you
Go
here?
away, poser!
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you ride Mongo like I did. Because I can never even, like, figure out how to ride it correctly.
Okay.
But I like riding Mongo. I mean,
Yeah,
it works
whatever
for
you're
me.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the way I ride is goofy, is what it's called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
Yeah. There's a skate park over in Oswego. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No,
Prairie
I haven't.
Point. Yeah, that was really good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so you said you mainly play like Fortnite and Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals mainly. for
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I've never played that one. What's that
What?
like? Uh-huh.
I would say it's like it's a 6v6 Marvel game where they have like 45 different characters you can choose from.
Okay.
They're all unlocked right away, like
Oh, dang.
free.
That's
so
convenient.
It's like, yeah, they've got the Fantastic Four, they've got some X-Men like Wolverine, a bunch of Marvel characters.
Okay.
And it's like 6v6 capture the flag kind of, or like
Oh.
you capture a point and then like carry it across the map.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because I play as the Thing from Fantastic Four.
Okay, the big rock dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fun just to jump around as him and like just punch people.
Okay. That does sound fun. It sounds like Call of Duty, but with Marvel characters.
It's exactly yeah, and
okay.
it's third person too, so it's cool.
Do you have a preference between third person, first person games?
I like first person games more, to be honest. But
Yeah.
this one is like a third person game I can put up with.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like games where you could go first person and then third person.
Yeah.
Like GTA is one,
Yep.
or like Skyrim, any Elder Scrolls game, Fallout.
Yeah.
Those are the type of games that I like, where I could like create a character and have a RPG experience.
Yeah, I agree. And which Fallout do you like most then?
I played like the most of Fallout 4.
Okay, nice.
I played Fallout 3 when I was like a younger, probably like 13, but I didn't really like understand it.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like, I'm gonna play something else. But Fallout 4, that was the one where I like started and finished it all the way,
Yeah, nice.
committed myself to it.
That's all. I was like that with Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
Because after the Fallout show came out, I started playing New Vegas and just like played it all the way through.
Oh
I
snap!
fuck with it. It's
A lot of people say that's the best one. I haven't played it though.
You've got to. You've
Yeah.
got
Damn, I heard there's robot sex in the game. Is
to.
that true?
that I don't know. There might be.
Yeah.
I think there might be like
Uh-huh.
some sort of like there's like a strip club or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I
I
heard it
didn't
was
see.
quite raunchy compared to the other ones.
Yeah, it is for sure. There's a lot of this comedic relief, I would say.
Have you ever played Saints Row?
I love Saints Row.
That's
yeah.
another type of raunchy game.
Yep.
Yo, I remember in the third game they would have the big ass purple dildo
Yeah,
bat.
yeah, that was.
You would just walk around and whack, just a random person across the face.
I love that game. I actually recently, like within the last month, I got the PlayStation Premium
Okay.
because you can play a lot of games like just whenever you want. You can just hop on and press stream.
Okay.
That's how I played Fallout New Vegas. But I only got it to play Saints Row like 3 and 4, and they don't even have it on there. So I pretty much wasted my money on the premium.
Damn.
But they did have the newest Saints Row, like the reboot, and it was pretty trash. So I stopped playing.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that one.
Yeah.
I played it. I give it maybe like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
Like it did its thing, but compared to the other ones, like I feel like it was kind of a backwards.
Yes. Maybe I need to get. I think I still have this, so I'll give it another shot. But
Yeah.
I was in the first mission where you're playing as like the police officer
Uh-huh.
or whatever it is,
Yep.
and I was just so confused on what was going on. I'm like, this
Like,
doesn't feel like Saints Row.
Uh-huh. True. Okay, so for video games, would you ever, like, if you could place yourself in a video game universe, which one?
I would say Pokemon, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because it would be cool to go and like catch Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
In my opinion.
Yeah,
Be
and
like
then
a
you could
Pokemon
battle
trainer.
them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and take over gyms. And catch them all.
Catch them all.
Yep.
I would do Kingdom Hearts.
Nice.
Yeah, do you know Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I played it on the DS. Like, I think it was like Kingdom Hearts Reloaded or something. I forget which one, but I played
Yeah.
it briefly.
Kingdom Hearts is so fire.
It is.
But besides that one, if I could choose another one, maybe, maybe like a WWE game.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Yeah, just like live out my WWE fantasy.
Yeah. You still can when you blow up. You can.
That's what,
Go on WWE, look at Logan Paul.
You gotta start, in the indies maybe, or NXT, and then kind of go through development.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like WWE?
I don't dislike it. I've never really watched it too much, but it's cool.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
It has its own little realm of entertainment, its
Yeah.
own little niche.
Yeah. I did like the marketing promo videos you were doing using WWE.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
outside the box.
Yeah, that was really fun to do.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so video games. We'll talk about one more thing video game related,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to the next topic. So let's see. I'm trying to think of a cool one. Okay, if you had to fight any video game character and you could choose like your video game power,
Yeah.
which ones would you do?
Man, probably Ganondorf from Zelda.
You would fight him, okay?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Uh-huh.
But to have like a solo leveling type, Like, I don't know if you've seen that, but
Which
just, like,
one?
Solo Leveling. It's a show.
Oh, okay.
It'd be fun to fight Ganondorf and be OP, pretty much.
Okay, that's the power you would have, the solo leveling.
Yeah, just he's like an OP character in that show.
Okay, like One Punch Man. Just
Yeah.
Like, just flick his ass across the room and shit. Okay, that's cool. All right, so let's go back in time a little bit.
Yep.
So we talked about your music. We talked about performing video games. Talk a little bit about like your character origin.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where did you grow up? What were you like as a child? Like that type of stuff.
I grew up in primarily Georgia, and I was born in North Carolina, lived in Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, then and Minnesota. Moved to Illinois when I was 13,
Okay.
and pretty much just like bounced around houses with my mom growing up. Like we just moved around,
Okay. Okay.
and then was kind of like a loner type kid, if I'm being honest. Just like was a new kid all the time, many different schools, and kept to myself. Then I moved here when I was 13, 14. No, I moved here when I was like 14, 15. And yeah, this is like the only place I've stayed consistently, I would say, Illinois.
Okay. Nice. So I want to dive a little deeper into, like, you were saying you were like a kind of a loner kid.
Yeah.
It seems like over time you kind of grew more out of your shell. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you're performing and you're networking with all these people. Like, how would you say that transition happened?
I mean, it was just everyday push to get out of that shell, if I'm being honest. Like, I was the type where I'd be scared to do things, and I had to have people push me to get out my shell. And when I was younger, I would just sit and think like, man, hopefully when I'm older I don't get nervous. And as I got older, I would just keep pushing at things that made me nervous until they didn't anymore, honestly.
Yeah, desensitized yourself little by little.
Yep.
Just gave yourself little mini wins. And
Yep.
even if you fail, just like, oh, whatever, it wasn't so bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way, because a lot of people, they're very introverted, and then there's the other side, a lot of people, they're extroverted, and it's just everyone has their different personality types, but you could still experience the other side.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like if you're introverted but you want to be extroverted, like you could train yourself.
You can, for sure.
And vice versa the other way, you know.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
And I think that's just what I did. And I mean, I was a nerdy kid too growing up, and I just remember wanting to be cool and just every day like trying to figure out how to be cool until I got to a point where I felt like, okay, I'm cool, and I didn't have to try to be anymore. But that's what it was like. I mean, I was a kid in 4th grade, like playing Roblox.
Okay.
Before Roblox was even like a big thing.
In its infant stage.
Yep. I was making different maps on Roblox and stuff when I was in 4th grade. And
Okay. So you've always had that creativity.
yeah, pretty much, I would say so. And I ran ads too. I remember being in 4th grade making a map and running an ad for it.
What?
Back when it was free to do that. Like I'm not sure if you go on a website and you see on the side like a random ad for whatever. It used to be free to put the like ads on websites like that back in the day.
Oh wow.
Like, you could just go on and like, I don't remember how I did it exactly, but I just remember going on some website and like putting the link to the ad I wanted to run, and it would run on pages. And now you have to pay.
Yeah. Tax and everything, right?
Exactly.
That's funny. But wow, 4th grade and you were already like learning marketing skills.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like what I want to do one day when I have my own kid, I want to surround them in like a circle full of different activities, like a camera or a whatever, football, and just kind of see where they gravitate towards.
Yeah.
And then like nurture that talent, nurture that craft.
You know, that's how they choose the Buddha in certain religions also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They'll put like certain artifacts that belong to the Buddhas in front of the baby, and if the baby chooses like a specific one, they're like, that's
That's
living
him.
Buddha now.
Reincarnated.
Yeah.
That's
But-
funny.
Yeah, that would I like that idea for sure.
Uh-huh. Do you believe in reincarnation or no?
I'm not sure, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know. I believe in Jesus Christ
Mhm.
and Christianity.
Okay.
But I'm not sure where that falls. I mean, maybe there is some sort of reincarnation in that's not talked about in the
Mhm.
religion. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? There's no right or wrong answer.
Yep.
Everyone just has like their own unique version of the truth.
Exactly.
But I'm glad that you have like a good foundation. You said, you know, with Jesus and
Yeah.
Christianity, like that's pretty solid.
Yep.
Because I feel like a lot of the music industry nowadays, there's like a lot of demonic stuff going on.
Yes,
A
yep.
lot of like kind of perverted or corrupt agendas going on.
Yep.
And personally, like with my music and my image, I want to go against that and make
Yeah.
music more positive, like how it was in the 80s and the 70s and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of want to do that too in your own way.
I do, for sure.
Mhm.
I try to do it in a more subtle way, though.
Mhm.
Well, not more subtle, but I do it in a subtle way,
Mhm.
just because I'm not trying to get killed.
Yeah.
I know the elite; they don't like people who stand against them.
Mhm.
So I try to do it in like a wolf in sheepskin kind of.
Mhm. You gotta
Manner.
sneak the medicine in the music kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And your true fans, they'll see the message.
Yup,
And
they'll
hopefully-
digest it.
Hopefully, the elite won't pick up on it. but-
Mhm. Yeah.
Nah,
so
and
funny.
even if they do, they can let them.
Yeah, it's already all being exposed anyway. Because I feel like now that all the stuff that's being exposed, the world sees it. So now we can kind of like, hey, wait a minute, we didn't know you were doing that, but now that we do, we could do something about it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Because even like with my own music, I try to talk about, positive topics, but I also try to, talk about topics that are really happening in the world, like,
Yeah.
violence and ego maniacs and just like all this negative stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to just like shy away from it and pretend like it doesn't exist,
Mhm.
you know?
No, I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't speak up on it, who will?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You gotta put that like spotlight on it and be like, this is what it is, world. What are we gonna do about it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As a community.
And hopefully we can get to a point or a position where we can make a change
Mhm.
without just bringing attention to it, but hopefully we can actually
Yeah.
do something about it too.
And I think change starts within ourselves, like
Yeah.
each individual person. Like if we're changing ourselves and we're being better and we're being more productive for society as opposed to destructive, then like I don't know, I feel like we can accomplish a lot
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
faster pace.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can aspire to do.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Okay, so we talked about your origin story a little bit. What kind of like hobbies do you have outside of music?
Outside of music,
Mm-hmm.
I like hanging out with my girlfriend.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
a
of
hobby.
course, as you should.
And hobbies, I like watching movies and TV. I like comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently I went and when I had time to kill, just went to this comic shop in Oak Park and walked around until I found a comic that I liked.
Uh-huh.
So I like DC, Marvel kind of stuff.
Okay,
Whatever,
superheroes,
shows.
villains.
Yeah. I like art in general.
Mm-hmm.
I have like air dry clay. Sometimes I like making stuff with that.
Okay.
At one point I dabbled in learning how to sew
Wow, okay.
because I wanted to make my own handmade merch.
Mm.
So I bought a sewing machine and all the materials for that, but I learned pretty fast it's a lot harder than it seems.
Yeah.
But I learned how to do it,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure I'll do it very consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I like listening to music, and I like working, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you feel like a productive member to society when you work and
Yeah.
contribute in your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You seem like you have like a lot of interests, a lot of different avenues that you could take your career.
Yeah.
If you ever decide like, oh, my music's pretty stable, let me see what else I could do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. A big hobby outside of music is investing. I don't have like many investments right now, period. But I do like research on what investments I can do when I have money. Look into different like cryptocurrencies and physical currencies.
Yeah.
Physical stuff like gold. Investing period interests me, and I think that like you said, whenever we make it with music and have a chance to do more, we can expand into those things.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was hanging with my uncle and he was saying the same thing, like investing in gold and investing in crypto and all that.
Yep.
That's a good way to generate like passive income.
Yeah, it is.
Because he was telling me that like when Netflix very first started, he was like one of the investors that put money into it.
Wow.
So even to this day, like he'll get a check, for like $2,000 from Netflix, and
That's
he doesn't
fire.
have to do anything for Netflix anymore because he invested from the beginning.
That's fire.
Heck yeah. And you said you like to watch movies and TV shows.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie is Donnie Darko.
Okay.
Yeah, have
I've
you
never seen
one?
that. No.
Well, you've got to watch that.
What is it?
It's hard to explain. It's got like a time travel element to it.
Okay.
But on the surface, it's about like a senior in high school. Jake Gyllenhaal is the main character.
I know who that is.
He's
Yo.
kind of got some mental illness going on, so he like starts seeing some stuff, and it's hard to explain. But it's deep, and it's got like time travel elements to it, which is why I like it.
Sounds very like psychological thriller, that type of style.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is Scarface.
I love Scarface.
Yeah.
That's like my number 2, honestly. That's one of my comfort movies.
Yup. That's so funny. A comfort movie, and he's just like nailing motherfuckers
Yeah.
down, doing
Yeah.
cocaine. That's so funny. But yeah, no, I like Scarface because it's just like the grind. He comes, he's an immigrant. He's like just working at a dishwasher, not really anything to his name. And over the movie, he's just leveling up.
Becomes a boss, yeah.
Yup, and he just has the world at the palm of his hands.
Yeah.
But it just slips away.
Yeah.
So poetically tragic.
I mean, it's almost a blueprint on what not to do if you're aspiring for that
Yes.
level.
Homie got lost in the sauce, let me tell you.
What's your favorite scene from that movie, then?
My favorite scene was when they're at the pool and they're trying to like holler at the girls.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Yo, and Manny's like sticking his tongue out at the girl and she
Yeah.
slaps him and shit.
That one was funny. I like that one, or when they're like first getting robbed, when like he first gets the first job, and the lady's like, no te muevas, cabrón.
Oh, yo. The chainsaw scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that scene is so GTA, dude. Just
Yeah.
murks him in the street and just takes a car and whips away.
Yeah.
Man.
And the Baby and Lil Baby, the song they have together, they like reenacted that scene in the
Okay.
music video.
Oh, snap. I gotta watch that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Any TV shows you like?
I like Invincible. I'm not sure if you've heard of that.
No.
It's an animated one. It's a superhero one, but
Okay.
it's more like gritty and dark. Like there's
Ooh.
violence and stuff.
Violence. Yay.
Yep. But it's more violent than like a DC.
Okay.
I like a lot of different shows though. I mean, there's times where I'll throw on like a documentary about ancient history and stuff.
Okay.
Or the
Historian.
Earth. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like between like medieval stuff and sci-fi stuff, you lean more towards the sci-fi type of stuff.
Yeah. And medieval's cool, but if it's between like ancient like Mesopotamia and sci-fi, I'm choosing like ancient Mesopotamia.
Okay. Gotcha. Depends on how you feel.
Yeah. Depends on
Okay.
my mood.
Yup. So you're probably into like Star Wars, Star Trek?
Yeah, I like not Star Trek, but Star Wars for
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
Nice.
We recently went to go see the re-release of Revenge of the Sith. We went
Nice.
with a couple other friends.
Nice.
And it was so good.
Nice.
I feel like they kind of remastered it a little bit, like subtly.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, that's true. I wanted to go see it with my girlfriend, but she hasn't seen any of the Star Wars movies.
Oh.
So I was like, we got to see the other ones before we
Yup.
see this.
That makes sense. You got to
Yeah.
build up, get the context of who everyone is.
Yeah, all the lore.
Yeah. What color lightsaber would you have?
I would have probably purple one.
Purple. Yeah. Me too.
I like purple.
Yeah. Would you be a Sith or a good guy?
No, I'd be a good guy,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm taking down the Empire.
I told myself I would be a good guy, like a Jedi Knight or a bounty hunter.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter would be fire. Have you seen the Mandalorian show?
I haven't, no.
It's pretty good. I haven't seen the last season, but the other ones are good.
Okay. Yeah, I know it has Pedro Pascal, and he's in The Last of Us, and I've
Yeah.
been watching that one.
Nice.
Have you played that game?
No, I haven't played it.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm
Dude,
missing out.
that's like a generational legend game right
I
there.
know. I don't know why I haven't played it, but I just haven't. But I saw the first season of the show, and haven't got to the second season.
Yeah. You gotta play that game one of these days.
I know. I don't know. I feel like after seeing the first season of the show, I'm not very like interested in playing the game. I don't know why.
Because you already kind of know the story and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got spoiled on the second season, so
Okay.
I don't even really want to watch it right now.
That's fair. That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's see what else we got here on this list. Okay, so we talked about personal hobbies. Ooh, let's talk about cartoons.
Yes.
I saw you did a post on your Instagram. It was like Teen Titans or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a show I'm sure you like to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What else?
I liked Cartoon Network period growing up. Codename Kids Next Door, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, shit.
Adventure Time.
Okay.
Regular Show.
Courage Cowardly Dog. That one was
Yeah.
really good too.
I loved that one. But I remember watching Regular Show on TV and them cursing.
Yeah.
Like them saying like Benson's gonna be pissed, and I was like, no way. They just like
just said that.
What?
Oh my god.
And that's like one of my core memories, honestly.
That's so funny. Do you like Family Guy, South Park, like any of those types of cartoons?
Yeah, for sure, I do. I haven't watched too much recently, but there's definitely been periods in my life where I like just binge the Cleveland Show, Family Guy, and Futurama, stuff like that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite scenes from South Park is when there's like 4 or 5 boys, I think Butters is included in the group. They go to like this ninja outdoor like shop, and they're all buying like different ninja weapons, and
That's
Kenny,
fire.
he buys like a ninja star.
Yeah.
And they're just like in the backyard, in their imagination, they're pretending like they're in an anime and swinging the weapons
That's
around.
funny. Damn.
And
I've seen that.
and Butters comes in and he's like, "Hey guys, can I play?" And Kenny, he just whips the fucking ninja star at him and gets him in the eye, dude.
That's crazy.
It was just so crazy.
I love South Park. I haven't seen that episode though.
Dude, yup.
I liked the. I think the last thing I've seen from South Park was the COVID special.
Okay.
Or whatever. It was hilarious, but I haven't seen anything since then. Honestly.
Yeah. Would you ever do like a cameo in any of those types of shows?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully they don't like make fun of me too much. But,
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like a Family Guy episode, and hey, this is my friend Fendi.
Yeah.
Came from out of town or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they had. I know South Park had Andrew Tate, so if they can have
Oh
him,
yeah,
they,
of course.
Like, why not anyone
anyone
else?
can do it. Heck yeah. No, that's awesome. You mentioned your girlfriend a few times.
Yeah,
Tell me about her. Like, how did you meet her?
I met her. It's a long story. Actually, one of my coworkers that I worked with at this company I'm at now, it's her daughter, and she pretty much introduced us.
Like your boss's daughter, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
pretty
Okay,
much.
okay.
She's not like. She doesn't work there anymore, but she was at the time like one of my bosses. and
Okay.
Introduced me to her daughter.
Nice.
She actually took her to. Well, the first time I met her, I like detailed her car. Because I used to detail people's cars for money, and the second, like when we first started like talking, she came to a show I was supposed to do,
Okay.
and it was at the WC Social Club. I'm not sure if you've heard of that venue.
I've been there. Yup.
It's cool, but this specific time wasn't very happy because I brought like a crowd. I was the only person to bring a crowd, and then they didn't let me perform.
What?
because I guess whoever set up the show didn't pay for the space.
Wow.
So they pretty much wasted my time and like everyone who came to see me's time.
That's so
And,
annoying.
Yeah.
Damn. I feel like they could have at least let you like, just let them do a song, bro. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
especially because everyone I brought was like buying food and
Uh-huh,
drinks, and they were like spending money, and the only people spending money, period. But that's why honestly, I wouldn't go back there to do a show. Period. I feel like the venue owner does bad business.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So
But yeah, with her, I met her that night, and then ever since then we've been talking, dating. It's been, I think 2 days ago was our 9-month anniversary.
oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Yes.
And yeah, we hang out a lot. She goes to school for psychology. At
Okay.
the Chicago School of Psychology. Graduating this month.
Okay.
And she's going to grad school after that.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably one of the smartest girls I know, women I know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's great.
What's your favorite thing about her?
I like her intelligence, how she makes me laugh.
Okay.
She's funny, stuff like that.
Yeah, I can tell you're like blushing right now a little bit. You must think like highly of her.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So we discussed how you guys met. We discussed your favorite thing about her. What does she think of your music?
She likes it. It's not something she would listen to, but she supports me.
Okay.
100%.
Because that's your dream.
Yep. And she's always liking and commenting on my stuff and pushing me to do better, do more, and think of different ways to market myself and do music, period.
Yeah, that rock, just like someone reliable, someone you could trust.
Yeah.
That uplifts you.
Yeah. And she's there to tell me if I'll tell her an idea and she'll say like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that.
Like that's whack.
Maybe I shouldn't do that then, but
yeah, because ultimately she wants the best for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She wants to have you succeed, and remain true to yourself, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's see what else. Do you get along with like her family and stuff?
I do, yeah. I mean, I think it also helps that her mom introduced us. That I didn't have to meet her mom or anything because I had already known her. And then I haven't met much of her family outside of that.
Okay.
She's got like an older sister that I've met, and that's really it. But I do get along with them.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Let's see what else we could talk about. I think we have maybe like, we could do another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Where was the last vacation spot you've been to?
Puerto Rico with my girlfriend, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell me about that. What was your favorite part?
Favorite part, we had got tickets for like this mini yacht, like a boat kind of thing.
Okay.
It was I thought it was just gonna be her and I, but it was like a group of other people too, other couples and stuff. But they picked us up, had like a bar on the boat, gave us lunch, like beach food, I would say, like sandwiches and stuff. And then they took us like snorkeling and then to this beach called Flamenco Beach.
Ooh.
And it's supposed to be one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. At one point it was the second most beautiful beach in the world. And probably the most unreal beach I've ever seen. White sand, the water looked like a pool.
Whoa, like a dream.
It was crazy.
Tropical paradise.
Yep. And then there was tanks on the beach too. So like
tanks, like war tanks.
War tanks.
Whoa.
From like I think it was World War II. Like the very end of the beach was one tank, and then like in a wooded area was another tank, and they were graffitied all over. So it was like
that's
a
sick.
cool photo op.
Damn, I would have climbed that shit and try to do like a parkour move off of it or something.
Yeah, I wanted to, but with how rusted they were, I was kind of scared to like
kind of
cut
sketchy.
myself.
Yeah. Ooh, that would have been bad.
Yeah, for real, because they're from like the 1940s. And
yeah,
like,
dude, you got some like mutated sickness or some shit.
That would have been bad for sure. But Puerto Rico, I love Puerto Rico. I've got family out there too, so
okay.
I'm trying to go back in August.
You're Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Okay.
Half Puerto Rican.
Okay,
half white.
okay.
So
That's a fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Do you speak any Spanish?
I'm practicing right now. Actually, most of the employees that I work with don't speak English. So
okay.
If it's work related, I'm fluent. If it's not work related, I'm not very fluent.
Oh, gotcha.
But I don't really have any issues though, cause like when we were in Puerto Rico, I was ordering stuff fine, and they weren't looking at me crazy.
Oh, okay. You're like, yeah, he belongs here.
Yeah, and even I went to Mexico a few years ago, and I had no issues like going around. I went to like a college party out there.
Okay.
And no one spoke any English, but I had a good time.
Yo, still was able to maneuver. The basics.
Yep.
Your girlfriend, she is also Puerto Rican or some sort of Hispanic?
Yep, she's Puerto Rican. She was born there too, actually.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't. I speak more Spanish than she does.
What?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We've been talking about going and like taking Spanish classes.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I am fluent enough to get by, but I could always learn more.
Yeah. That's what's up. Both of you Puerto Rican. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you know that prior, or was that like a surprise afterwards?
No, yeah, I knew that because her mom, we worked right next to each other for many years. Like,
Okay.
Like this company I've been at for 4 years now. So like 3 out of those 4 years I was working right next to her mom, and like only her. So she was like kind of
Okay.
my like best friend at work and a good friend of mine. So she had already known a lot about me, and I already knew a lot about her before we even like started talking.
Gotcha. Okay. That's cool. It's just like all the dots just connected perfectly.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, cause she had a boyfriend when we first met, and I'm always telling her like, I was just waiting for you to leave your boyfriend so I could hop in.
Yeah. I was just waiting on you.
Yeah.
That's funny. What do you feel? Here's a fun question. What do you feel like your Riz is like, your game?
It's I mean, it's not very good. I'm kind of awkward.
Awkward
and
Riz.
I'm like cringe sometimes.
Yeah.
But I am confident at the same time, so it's like a weird mixture of like confident, cringe.
Yeah, you make it work. You
Yeah,
make it your own.
It definitely works.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd be like, oh, it's kind of awkward, but it's cute kind of thing. Yeah. That's funny. That's cool. And you own it, you know? You're just like, yep, that's what it is. Take it or leave it.
Exactly.
That's cool. Okay. Let's see. I think we got maybe like 2 more topics.
Yeah, for sure.
So just your overall message and the impact you want to leave like on your audience, on your community, on the world. Like, where's your head at with that type of stuff?
I would say right now, want to motivate people to reach their goals and aspire to be more. I feel like we have a society of it's a mixture of insecurity or inflated egos that cause people to hate on others and put others down too much. And I try to leave my audience with the anti that, like, you know, push people up instead of put them down. Praise instead of hate on someone.
Yeah,
and
spreading kindness.
Exactly. I think that will just get you farther. And yeah, just no hate. Period.
That's cool. I feel like our messages are pretty like aligned, because what I try to do is like, I want to lead people towards a life of like actual deep fulfillment, and not just like superficial stuff that doesn't really matter in the long run, you know? Like I'm pretty deep into spirituality, and I want to like teach people like how to meditate and like how to have like a certain gratitude and awareness throughout life, and just leave them better than before I met them. And you get like, you give off the same energy.
No, I mean, that's all you can do is hope to better the people around you. But first you have to better yourself too.
Yes, starts within.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll just close off with something. Let's just talk about gratitude for a moment. Like, you woke up today, you know, first of all, a lot of people don't wake up, right?
Exactly.
So you woke up today, you came to do this podcast for, you know, both of our careers, which I appreciate. You came to help.
I appreciate you.
Yes, and then you have your music going on, so you have ambitions, you have goals. Through all that, what are just some things that you're grateful for?
Well, I mean, to start, grateful to be alive and to have woken up today, because like you said, other people didn't get that chance. Grateful to have a job that allows me to do music also, where I can use the money from work to put it into music. And I'm thankful to just be alive, I guess.
Living the experience.
Yes.
Cool. Well, on that note, bro, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Thank you for coming, of course.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to put all his Instagram, music, all that type of stuff in the description. Do you want to say anything before we log off?
No, I just thank you for having me, and to everyone that's listening, keep pushing for your goals no matter what no one tells you. That's all you can do.
Yes, FendiXantana, everyone. Yay!
Thank you.
Cool.